Up next on The Bottom Line, alleviating congestion here in Montgomery County. We will tell you about a new transportation service that's making life easier for commuters.
It alleviates a little bit of the major frustrations I had with the current system.
A county police officer turns in her badge after more than 3 decades of service.
I've worked so hard that I want to live and enjoy my life.
And we'll visit a county establishment where business is flying high.
Wow!
Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Susan Kennedy. It's one of the busiest corridors in Montgomery County, Route 355. But now a new service launched this month by the county creates an express service along Rockville Pike. Imagine the bus you take to work each day makes 12 stops instead of 80. That's what the county's new Ride On Extra service provides those commuters who get off at one of these major stops along Route 355. We caught the bus with the county's Director of Transportation, Al Roshdi, and Council President Roger Berliner.
It's very nice.
As it made its way north to Rockville.
And does it get you there faster?
This is my first ride.
This is your first ride. What do you think so far?
I like it.
By definition, you are going to get there so much faster. Your boarding process is going to be faster, and your time on the bus is going to be more efficient. So my goal, and I know Al's goal, and I think the county executive's goal, is to have the finest transit system in the country. So between Metro, the Purple Line, Ride On Extra, Bus Rapid Transit, these are all the things that we are working so hard on to make sure that our people can get to work without driving their car.
The buses run every 10 minutes. They are brand new with free Wi-Fi, charging ports, and information displays. They run from Medical Center to Lake Forest Mall and operate on clean diesel fuel.
I'm giving out the information about the extra bus, and we're giving out the little extra buses.
Officials say they hope programs like Ride On Extra will alleviate some of the cars on Rockville Pike. On our trip, we saw several riders taking advantage of this service, which is free for the month of October. Matt Grant takes Ride On to work daily. He told Councilmember Berliner how this new bus will make his life much easier.
I mean, the one thing that this bus does that I think is really great and alleviates a little bit of the major frustrations I had with the current system is that for me at least, it seems like they only come like every 20 or 30 minutes. So if I miss one, then that, and because I have a chain of buses to take.
Yes.
If I miss one, that's a huge time sink, a long time I have to wait before I can continue. And then I'll get to work maybe at least half an hour later than I should. This coming every 10 minutes, again, it gives me another great option in case I miss something. And because it's going like straight down the pike, it's fast too, so it's great.
That's part of our goal, is to get people out of their cars, make people less dependent on cars, and so the better this transit service is, the easier it'll be for you and for our county.
Yeah.
For more information about the county's new Ride On Extra service, visit the county's Department of Transportation website. After 33 years of service, Assistant Police Chief Betsy Davis has called it a day. This Montgomery County native worked her way through the ranks of the police department with dedication and purpose every step of the way. Betsy Davis was raised in Silver Spring, graduated from Blair High School, and went on to college at Towson University. It was there that what started as a major in teaching ended with a degree in law enforcement. She took the job with Montgomery County after graduating from the police academy and was assigned to her hometown of Silver Spring.
I was the only woman on the shift at the time. There were other shifts that had maybe one woman, so there weren't, an abundance of us. But, the guys on the shift treated me like I was their sister. But I always felt I had to prove myself. So if there was a call and the ladder had to go up on the roof, I said, I'll go, you know what I mean? Because I had to make sure they knew I was capable of that.
For the past 33 years, she has proven that she is more than capable. She has served under 6 different police chiefs and held numerous positions within the department. After being promoted to corporal, she moved from Silver Spring to Bethesda, where she says the community support was phenomenal. She credits that experience with giving her the ability to understand that district and how to best support them, and the many others she went on to serve over the years.
Well, it's not just about locking people up. You have to build the trust, and you have to treat people fairly. And I just didn't. I always wanted to help people. That's why you come on the you came on the job. Why do you come on to help people? I had Rosemary Hills as a commander. One of the things I did in Rosemary Hills was they kept talking about a lot of crime. So we had an overlap day. I said, okay, well, I'm going to bring the beat officers and we're going to go door to door. We're going to knock on the door. I have a pamphlet. We're going to talk to people and ask them what's happening in the neighborhood. And you know, we really learned that there wasn't a lot of crime. But it was just providing them with information, resources and things like that. But they also saw us in a different light.
It was that community engagement from the beginning that led to further promotions through the ranks for Betsy Davis. In June of 2007, she was sworn in as Assistant Chief of the Field Services Division.
I was on vacation, literally got a call on vacation, said, when you come back, the chief needs to see you. I thought, what the heck? What the heck happened at Silver Spring? You know, I thought I was in trouble. And I came up and he says, I would like to appoint you to be an assistant chief. And I said, I said, you're kidding me. I said, I'm not smart enough to do that job.
And it's that position she would remain in until her retirement. During her career, Betsy Davis saw a lot.
My first night on the job, I had a rape. And then, you know, a couple weeks later, there was a homicide.
But when you ask her what incident stands out, she doesn't hesitate.
The sniper. I was the commander of Bethesda. I was actually on the scene of the Fitzgerald. We thought that Sonny, we thought that he was hurt because the lawnmower had like caught something.
What's going on there? This guy's bleeding real bad.
So it wasn't until they got to the hospital and told us he was shot. So I was actually on the scene of that. But I was standing on the scene of that when we got that second shooting up in Kensington at the gas station. So man, I'm telling you, boy, we all were running. You know, I didn't have my vest on, you know, putting the vest on. Now they're looking for box trucks. That was just that was probably the most scariest time because it kept going on and we kept thinking, who's next?
Go ahead and take a picture.
But today, as she reflects on her 33-year career, Betsy Davis says she's ready for the next chapter. She will be moving on to a new position overseeing activities at a nursing home in Kensington, where she's been volunteering for several years.
They want me to move in. I said, you want me to be like your dorm mother?
It's her way, she says, to continue to help people. And the advice she would give to new cadets as she turns in her badge, keep a journal. The good news, her paperwork is in to continue to volunteer with the police department.
Well, you know, I'm 55. I've been on 33 years, and I think it's because I want to live. I've worked so hard that I want to live and enjoy my life. I've seen so many people retire and get sick. You know, some have passed away.
Assistant Chief Betsy Davis. Betsy, would you stand up?
You know, the phone's on 24/7 right now. You can turn it off. You're not going to get that call in the middle of the night that an officer has been hurt or been killed, or you know, just the crazy thing that happened that you have to be notified. So that, you know, the phone's on all the time. So that's going to be a nice relief.
Betsy, no crying.
Well, there's a little restaurant in Gaithersburg that's become the talk of the town lately. And when we went to visit this establishment, we discovered why it's such a popular landing place. Just 3 short years ago, the Airport Cafe at the Gaithersburg Air Park was flying under the radar, so to speak.
Where's my secret sauce?
Wow, what's the secret sauce?
I cannot tell you. Ha ha ha.
Then Laura Kerwin took over the business, and it's been flying high ever since, despite this ironic aversion.
The funny thing about that is I don't fly. I haven't been in a plane in 40 years. People find that really ironic. I did go up finally about 2 months ago. One of the flight instructors here took me up for a spin around the airport, and that was fun.
And you were okay?
I was fine. I just once around, and he wanted to go a second time. I said, no, once is good. I'm done.
When she began running the cafe, she was looking for something new to do. When she came across the business, it fit her needs. A food business with day hours and no cocktails. And now, basically by word of mouth and 5-star reviews on Yelp and TripAdvisor, the cafe is buzzing with business.
It had a solid clientele basically around the airport itself. A lot of the pilots that are based here, a lot of the people who have hangars here, some local businesses as well. I have upped the business quite a bit since then. Not so much with the pilots because there's only so many, but a lot of local families from as far as an hour away will come here on a regular basis.
Kerwin uses as much local fresh ingredients as she can in her recipes. Most everything at the cafe is made from scratch. The chef makes a mean burger that recently received a shout out in Montgomery magazine.
And then every chance I got, I cooked for as many people as possible. You just start and then it just goes. You just keep going in the same direction and then you get some great stuff.
Once she mastered her menu, the customers started talking about it, and she began using social media to get the word out about this hidden treasure just a few feet away from your own private air show.
Came here on our anniversary. We just Googled a place to eat breakfast. This came up. It sounded neat with the ambiance of the planes. But it's more for the airplanes for me. I like watching them come and go.
And the whole idea here is it's an interesting business model. The air park obviously is a separate business, and the Air Park Cafe is a business inside of the air park. And there's a separate operator. And it's just a fun place to be.
But it's not just the adults who are fans of the Air Park Cafe. There were plenty of young patrons who were just as excited for the planes as they were for the French fries.
Wow! We came out because we're studying the letter A at home, so we'd come look at the airplanes, and we've heard good things about this restaurant, so we thought we'd try it out.
So did you get to see many planes?
We saw quite a few. How many planes do you think we saw, buddy? 3. 3? I think it was more than that. Which one's your favorite?
All of them.
And how does Laura Kerwin feel about all of this? Well, her customers are what have kept her business top flight.
They mean everything to me. They come in. I have people that come every single day. This is a homey place. We talk to them, we get to know them. They get to know us, and it becomes my personal life as well as my business, which is what I wanted. It's been 3 years, and I couldn't be happier.
Bye-bye. Did you like it?
Yeah, I did.
National Walk to School Day is observed annually on the first Wednesday in October. The goal of this day is to raise awareness for the benefits of walking or biking to school. Our videographer Mike Springer caught up with students at Ronald McNair Elementary School in Germantown as they learned about safe and healthy walking habits.
Walk to school! Walk to school! What this is all about is, getting the kids fit and making sure that walking is part of their daily plan. And also being safe, practicing being safe while walking to school.
It's also a way of bringing awareness to the fact that, walking should be a right. It's a good way to build community, but it needs to be safe. Make drivers aware that they need to expect the unexpected, drive defensively like they learn, and look out for our kids. And in all sakes, don't stop school buses that are picking up kids. But this is a great day. It's a fun day. It's to get kids out, get exercise, build the community spirit together.
Climate change is one of the things that we're educating a lot of our kids about, and really starting to understand that utilizing public transportation, but walking, can really make a difference in terms of turning back the tide on climate change and really making a difference.
Why do you like walking, Luke?
Because it gives me energy.
Well, does he need more energy?
Not really.
This helps just to help them in the morning get going and feel good about coming to school. We had a huge crowd. It just kept getting bigger and bigger, kids running to join into the line, so it was awesome. Really good participation today.
He broke his leg about 3 weeks ago, so we've been driving him to school, but he wanted to participate in the walk to school day. It was a little more taxing than his normal morning, but he's built up a bit of endurance over the last few weeks, so he was able to make it just fine, and he's actually excited to walk home from school as well.
Walk to school! Walk to school! Walk to school! Walk to school!
Well, that does it for this edition of The Bottom Line. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for watching.